डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Good morning, dear students. I, Dr. Chintan Vagela, working as an assistant professor of English subject from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. Our today's topic is all about that phrasal structure and verb complementation. Prepared one part and the rest of the thing that we will go through in the second portion. Dear students, today we are having something about that education is not solely about earning a great living. It means living a great life. Dear students, main thing is all about that education is not solely about the earning a great living. Some people strongly believe that by getting education we can live a very millionaire life, very happy life. Obviously not. It means living a great life. It means that by getting education, at least we are able to make sure what is correct or not. And we will bring a significant improvement and the change in our life as well. And this quote has been said by Brad Henry. So dear students, here that you can see that some components of the presentation we have. The first one is all about that introduction. Second is called sentence structure. Third one is phrasal structure. So dear students, in phrasal structure we are having some topics called noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, prepositional phrase. So all these topics that we will discuss in today's session. Yes, dear students, before we begin anything, we have to pay attention on the introduction first. So here in first slide, here that you can see, when we speak our mother tongue, we naturally use mental grammar, a subconsciousness understanding of the language we don't learn in school. However, when we speak another language, we focus more on grammar, rules to the language correctly. Grammar can also be seen as studying how words and sentences are structured to create meaning. So, learning grammar is about understanding these structures and how they help us express our ideas. Yes, so very first sub-point that is called the sentence structure. In this slide, we are having an information about that sentence structure. Let's discuss. Syntax studies how different parts of a sentence are arranged to form phrases and sentences. Linguistics close attention to syntax because it helps us understand various sentences patterns in English language. Very interestingly, some sentences may be syntactically correct but lack of meaning as well. Here I have identified one sentence as well for your reference that you can see colorless green ideas slip furiously. This famous sentence said by linguistic Noam Chomsky is grammatically correct but semantically nonsensical. The structure of phrases help us interpret such sentences without confusion. As we continue practicing grammar in English, we often come across lexical categories or more simply parts of speech as well. Yes, here in this slide you can see examples of some lexical categories: noun, adjective, verb, adverb, pronoun, determiners, and the words like articles, possessive pronouns, demonstrative, quantifiers, etc. So all these sub-points, all these lexical categories we have, and we also discussed that how they works in a sentence. So a phrase is a small group of words that work together as a unit within a sentence, but doesn't include both a verb and its called subject. Dear students, here that you can see the Modern girls appreciated the jugglers at the circus and they dance happily. Dear students, in this slide, you are getting one kind of table. And in this table, you will find some words. The modern girls appreciate the jugglers at the circus and they dance happily. So here they can see, dear students, a bifurcation is given. Very first word, that is called the is identified as determiners. Modern, which is called adjective. Girls, that is called noun. Appreciate, that is called verb we have. The, one more time, determiners. Jugglers, it's called noun we have. At, possessive pronoun. The, determiners. Circus, noun. And conjunction, they, possessive pronoun. Dance, that is called verb. And happily, that is called adverb. So dear students, in this slide, you can see that I have highlighted the particular lexical categories in the red color. So you can easily identify that which kind of lexical category we have. Next slide is all about, that is called phrasal structure. It is very necessary to discuss first that what is the phrasal structure first. Let's see. At first, we will understand the meaning of phrase first. Phrase is a small group of words that work together as a unit within a sentence, but it doesn't include both a verb and its subject as well. It can also function as a single part of speech. Sometimes a single word can be a phrase if it is served as the head, which is the main word in the phrase. Other words in the phrase modify or complement the head as well. Grammatically, rules only apply to the head of the phrase. For example, in a noun phrase, if the head noun is singular, it takes a singular form. If it is a plural, it takes a plural form as well. For your reference, I just want to give one kind of example here. In simple terms, phrase like all students, each student and the student oblique the students. So how words can form a group to represent a person or a thing, either in singular or the plural form as well. In a verb phrase, the main verb like walks or flies control the tense of the sentence. Other words in a phrase don't affect the tense. Dear students, here I have said one example to you. We are having two different sentences. The first one is called, he walks away from the dangerous condition. And the second one is called, the pilot flies over the clouds. Both the examples are very helpful for us to understand the exact topic what we want to discuss and we want to know as well. So here that you can see the tense depends on the main verb in the sentence. Next slide is all about the verb phrase we have. The verb phrase shows an action like play, eat or walk. It connects the subject to more information about it. A verb phrase has two parts. A helping verb means what is one kind of auxiliary verb, and a main verb. The main verb is the most important part we have, which is known as head of the phrase. For example, she is playing is the helping verb and playing is the main verb. Next slide is all about the adjective phrase we have. An adjective phrase is a group of words that work together to describe a noun or pronoun. The main objective in the phrase gives more information about the noun or the pronoun. This phrase can appear before or after a sentence noun or the pronoun. Here I have said one example. A new serial is not too terrible. The final exams are going to unbelievably difficult. Adverb phrase. Adverb phrase means an adverb phrase is combination of two or more words that act as an adverb. It can modify a verb. Adverb or adjective can tell how, where, why and when of the verb. In short, the adverb phrase is a collection of one or more than two words which adds meaning to the verb. Let's see example of the adverb describing how. Dear students, in this slide that you can see some words which I have identified. In silence, with regret. The teacher assessed the answer sheet very carefully. Let's see some examples of adverb phrase describing the why as well. So that I am not lost. I understand better. Since they were getting married. For making cake. Education is necessary to end the caste discrimination. Let's see some examples of adverb describing the when. In an hour, anytime, after the sunset or the sunrise, few days ago, the train is scheduled to arrive after a few minutes. So all these phrases are very useful to frame a meaningful sentence. Next slide is all about the prepositional phrase we have. A prepositional draws a relationship between a noun or pronoun and another word in a sentence. A prepositional phrase includes a preposition, its object and modifiers of the object as well. As for example, in the sentence, I saw a black cat with white paws. In this sentence, the underlined white paws is the prepositional phrase that modifies the noun cat. You can use the laptop on the table to complete your task. Next one is all about phrasal structures and verb complementation. In this sentence, the understand on the table is a preposition and phrase that modifies the noun phrase that is called the laptop. So dear students, I hope whatever we have discussed today is very helpful and beneficial for you. And the rest of the topic that we will discuss in the next part. Thank you all the students for giving your valuable time.
Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Open University.